Hello Internet, hello Eisenbahnfreunde, hello fellow modelers. Well, it's 2023, we've finally got over that horrible cold weather. I wanted to do a quick video today. I've only got one loco to show. Normally I show two or three together, but obviously the first one is the highlight of the show. As you can see, I've got a BR103 stroke 0 from Deutsches Bundesbahn here in the old TEE colours. And I have to say I'm a little bit disappointed with this locomotive. Sound wise it's fantastic. It sounds really gurgly and everything, but there's a few issues with it. I'll highlight them to you in a minute when we go through the video. But mechanically wise everything works fine. It runs smooth, it sounds fantastic. There's just a few issues with the lighting on it really, which is more disappointing than anything else. And let's get on with it. Obviously F0 as normal lights up the front and the rear red lights on the cab. I'll shut up so you can hear the sound. It does a few other bits and pieces while it's stood here idle. It goes quiet and then it starts making a few humming noises and stuff. But when it first starts up, it's got that as if the spark's gone on it, which I really like because that's kind of what you'd expect off one of these. And it has quite a few sound functions while it stood idle, which is pretty cool. Fleischmann are pretty good at doing that, to be fair. And F2, a small horn. F3, a longer small horn. How can it be a longer small horn? What a muppet. A longer horn. God, I'm thick. F4. Yeah, you all know what that is. That's the departure whistle. F5. When you hear this, it's coupling. Let me shut up. Right, so it went clink, clink, ksh. So you got the air burst from it. Now when I turn it off, you'll get some more. Listen. So I think that's pretty good. It's like when you switch it on, you get a bit of it, and when you switch it off, you get the rest of it. So it's pretty cool. It's as if it's like coupling up or uncoupling, which I like. It's pretty cool. So there are a few little things that I do like about this. Number 6, that only works when the loco's moving. It's the inertia, obviously off and on, and it doesn't work while it's sat here just looking at the camera. So you're not going to get that, guys. But it's got acceleration. So there's a setting on it from 1 to 0, and no acceleration or braking inertia, and acceleration and braking inertia is set by the CV values. So it's kind of like off or on basically. F7. This is an air compressor. Hard to believe really. You can hear it but very, very low. Now, you wouldn't guess what F8 is. This is another air compressor, but this is a louder one. So I'm guessing it's got two engines in this engine like they all have, and that'll be why there's 2 compressors, but I kind of think they missed the boat there. I think one would have been enough. I think they could have utilised that function for something else, which is a little bit frustrating. And then F9 is shunting gear. Again, that's a bit like the inertia. You can only see that once it's moving. It kind of reduces the speed of the locomotive by 50%. Then F10 is mute. We don't want to hear mute. F11 is curve squeal. So whilst it's running on the curve, you'll hear it squeal. I'll actually do that when it starts off in a minute, and then you'll hear it as it goes round the corner and squeals. So this is where it starts to get a bit controversial. So as you can see, there are 5 windows along the top of the the motor room there, and it's kind of sad really. I'm going to turn one of these off. Give me a second. It's going to go a bit dark here, guys, but it's just so that you can see. So that put the engine room light on, and now you've probably just seen one light in the second glass, which for me is frustrating because it doesn't shine all the way down the fire. I'm just going to flick the other light off. It's going to go very dark here, then it'll come a little bit light. So you can see now it's starting to highlight the engine room inside, but it's only actually highlighting them first three and a little bit of the fourth one, and that's because they've just used a single LED bulb in there, and they've not used a deflector or anything like that. If they'd have put a deflector up at the roof or behind the light, it could have deflected on the side and lit the whole engine room up, and I find that as a bit of a cheapskate thing really, and I'm really frustrated with that, and I'm actually going to send this engine back because of that. Not because of that one light, but because of a few issues on it. So the next issue is, it says on the paperwork here that F14 and F15 are light in the driver's cab 1 and 2. They're not. F14 and F15 actually change the lights on the front and the rear of the loco round. So they literally change the red ones to white on the rear and the white ones to red on the front, depending on which way it's going. So for me, that's another cock up. I'm really frustrated because I love Fleischmann locos, but they're starting to get lazy with what they're doing. It's pretty obvious that they're not QAing properly, because if they were, then we wouldn't be having these kind of problems. Now I got this loco, it's not even out yet, and I got this loco just before Christmas from my dealer, because he'd been sent one, just to sort of like get it out so that people could see it in his shop, and obviously I clocked it and I grabbed it, but I'm going to send it back. I'm definitely not keeping it because I'm disappointed with the whole F14 and F15. So F13 is a very loud fan. Bit like my loud neighbours you might be able to hear. F16 that's the driver's door opening and closing. Hope you can hear that. F17, a longer whistle. F18 is an announcement, platform announcement in German, as ever. Usual stuff. Please get in, shut the doors, and be careful, it's about to start. So that's F18. F19. That's sand for the wheels. F20 and F21 are loudspeaker louder and loudspeaker lower. The usual stuff that you get at the end of each of theirs. So that's all the functions really on the loco. Like I say, a bit disappointed really, because I was expecting more from it, and it seems like they're getting cheapskatey on the old they can put 28 or 30 functions on this. The Z21 can run, maybe not, 26 to be fair. 26, I think it's 26 they can actually run. So they're 5 functions short here. But if you pick up the Pico loco or some of the other manufacturers, some of them have got 30 and 36 on. So I just think that Fleischmann are being a bit cheapskatey really. But hey ho, that's me. So this is the class 103 Deutsches Bundesbahn. And whilst it's a very nice runner and it does sound nice when it's going, I'm just a bit disappointed with the lighting in it and the cab lighting. So unfortunately, it's not going to be staying in my fleet. I'm going to send this back to my dealer. But I mean, it might not bother some of you guys out there. You might just like it for the livery or the sound of the loco, because there's nothing wrong with it mechanical wise and everything. It runs perfect, as you'll see in a minute when I start it off. In fact, I'm going to send it off now. I'm not carrying passengers on this. I'm actually carrying freight on this. So let me shut up and let it start off. I'm going to follow it around with my camera so you can hear the squeaking hopefully. Or just let some of these wagons go through. So these are hoppers from Rexwel hoppers. and they're all hopper wagons on here. And all the rest, the brown ones, are Deutsches Bundesbahn ones. I kind of wanted to use this colour because it matched with the engine. And then there's a couple of blue ones which are OBB ones. I want to put the squeal on while I'm at it. Can I get the squeal on? You probably won't hear it because it's right round the corner. Oh, you can, it's just coming in now. Right, so let me just lift my camera up here, guys, so you can see it go around the back. Right, here we go. I've got like wires everywhere, so. See, it runs brilliantly. It's just a really nice runner. Just grab some of them wagons so you can see them and all. Look at that. Pretty cool, aren't they? So it's just, you'll see the lights as it comes round now, hopefully, if the light here doesn't waste it. Let me just slow it down a bit and focus in so you see the front lights. There you go. So that's the BR 103. I'm just going to get a bit closer to it so you can see it close up. Just going to pull it in there and stop it there. Right, so I've got the wires caught around my tripod. Okay, so cab wise and everything, it looks really cool. I think they've done a really good job. It looks just like the original. Apart from the vents on the side, there's normally 10. There's 2 lines of them on there, and as you can see, I mean, the roof looks pretty cool. All Fleischmann loco roofs look really smart, to be fair. But it's a nice looking locomotive. I'm pretty disappointed about how the cab lighting doesn't work. But apart from that, it's a lovely locomotive. So let me get a close up of some of these hoppers as well so you can see these. So you can see the sign on the side of them. They're pretty cool. I do like the hopper wagons, the big ones especially. I think they look really cool. But I've got a couple of blue ones at the back there as well, that are the OBB ones. I just threw them in because they look a bit different. Anyway, guys, I'm going to call it a day with this video because I just wanted to show you the loco, obviously. And I haven't got, I have got a couple of other locos to show you on my next video. But I will be doing 2 together instead of just the one. The reason why I've just got the one is because I got hold of this as a test, really. And just wanted to show the functions on it. I hope it sort of opened your eyes up. If you were planning on buying one, obviously you'll know now what the situation is with it. So that'll like either make your decision whether you want to buy it or not. It's a shame, really, because I think what they've probably done is they've put the writing on the paperwork saying it's the cab lighting, when in fact what they meant, it was the external lighting. And I think they've just messed up, really. But it is what it is. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. This room where I've got my setup, my layout, it was supposed to be coming down on the 10th and the 11th this month, because I'm having the wall in between the 2 rooms removed to make it one big room. That's now been cancelled until the 19th because the builder can't get here because of commitments. Some stuff's run over, so he's kind of told me it's going to take a bit longer. So I'm going to do another 2 videos in the next couple of days after on the back of this one. One of them's, there'll be 2 locomotives which will be sound, and then there's a further one which is a non-sound locomotive, so that'll just be a quick video, and then that'll be it. There'll be no more videos until I start building my new layout. So I'm still undecided what I'm going to do about that, but I will let you guys know. I'll keep you up to date so that you're not hanging about like a bad smell, and you'll know what's going on then. I've been using wind track I've measured both the rooms and where I wanted my layout to go. I've got half an idea of what I want, so I'm messing around on wind track at the moment, trying to come up with a design, and that's taking a bit of time as well, and I'm frustrated because I'm not sure whether to have 2 or 3 layers of track, blah blah blah, you know, above and below, etc. So I've got it in my mind. I've got like 90% of a plan of what I want to do, and I'll share it with you as soon as I can. Anyway, enough quatch, enough gob gob. Let's turn off the sound, and hope you enjoyed this loco, guys. If it's for you, you know what to do. Buy one. If you don't, not a big deal. Hope you had a great Christmas with your family, and I'll see you on the next video, guys. Thanks. Bye bye.